Appreciate you all kind of, no pun, but powering through the power outage, sticking with us. I thought our players were ready to play today, and then they were ready to play again, 30 minutes later. I thought really, especially, with our guards and these two sitting here, we understood that the guards turning up the pressure on defense was going to lead to some easy offense. I think we're learning a little bit more. Everyone talks about playing together on the offensive end, but they're really understanding, when you have a shot blocker, rim protector like Rhea back there or Clarice, that we can get aggressive in certain areas. And I thought, we started with aggression on the defensive end and got some easy ones. And, I thought we did a lot of good things today and happy to do it in front of a good crowd of children.
Coach, how pleased were you with your transition game today? It looked the best I've seen it all season.
Yeah, we always talk about on the defensive end, it's very difficult to defend live turnovers. And so likewise, on the other end, when you turn a team over 25 times, we know we're going to excel on that end. I thought, that ball was moving. We took care of it. You see the gifts that, our players have in transition. And teams are always going to have a game plan. They're going to crowd the court with us. They're going to try and take away looks. But if we can get out and run, it's very hard to do that. And so I thought our transition, game was really the key today.
Yeah, Coach, talk to me a little bit about just Kayleigh and what she's kind of meant, to this team. I know for a freshman, it's not the easiest thing to come into a starting lineup, and then today, I believe, in 1 minute she had 3 steals. So just kind of talk to what she's been able to do, especially with being a starter.
Yeah, she's so exceedingly athletic, and has so many sort of gifts. What we've been talking about is, being a freshman point guard is really hard. TVO's been there. I've seen it throughout my career that mistakes are going to happen, but we'd rather they be mistakes of aggression. Like, just be you, play hard, play fast, and then the rest will come. And I think she's really bought into that, particularly these last couple games, really honing in on the defensive end. And then, once you're out in transition, that's them, and their talents. And like I said, their abilities coming out. And she's a tremendous finisher and athletic and made the right passes. And so I think it just comes with a mindset shift of being as aggressive as you can and, attacking the game versus sort of letting it, happen to you.
Coach, can you take me back to that early timeout you called in the first quarter? That Elon got a few open looks and then you kind of, settled them down a little bit. Can you talk about what, those open looks, how important for you as a coach to avoid that happening, especially when you have big games coming up as well?
Yeah, I think we've gotten to the point in our season, just like the relationship with coaches and players, that they know what the expectation is. And I think they want to rise to that expectation. There's no, anyone not trying to do what we want to do. So when I see it early, like, hey, right there, that's not good enough, just it's my amount of respect for our starting group that they can fix that quickly. They can't allow that. So just challenge them early to do the right things that they know they're capable of doing. I think Elon had 4 points at the time. I think it was 4-4, and then, they scored 6 points, the rest of the quarter, and 12 points 2 points the rest of the quarter and 8 points the rest of the half. So I know what we're capable of, and just trying to hold us to the standard that we know we're going to need to be at to achieve the goals that we have.
Just wanted to see from the guards, both you guys had great defensive stops. Talk about playing against those guards and how they will prepare you guys for coming against Connecticut guards.
Yeah, I think they're obviously great guards, and we know it's coming. So I think just building that confidence and that ball pressure and seeing what we're capable of. Obviously, we're going to start facing, All-American veteran guards, but just to build that confidence and see how, especially Malia and Kayleigh are out pressuring, it makes everyone else's job easier. So, I thought they did a great job ball stopping, and overall our defense was just really disruptive.
Yeah, I'm just always trying to coach everyone and get the best out of them. A lot of it is, reads. She's seeing a million different coverages every which way, and she started to get really good at just asking me, like, where's the opening? What's available? And I don't know if it was frustration or just needed a breather and go back in. But with all of them, we want to coach them and prepare them for the game, let them do their thing. But obviously, within the course of the game, if we're seeing something or they're seeing something, that's part of the dialogue that makes us better. So yeah, it was nothing really out of the ordinary. Just probably needed a break and talk about what we're looking for, and just came back out and made some really good reads.
Coach, real quick, Juju looked like she might come down her ankle there at the end. Is she okay?
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure she is. I haven't checked in yet, but yeah.
And then Talia and Kayleigh, obviously big game coming up against UConn. Do you guys feel like, where you guys are as a team is where you want to be heading into that big game?
Yeah, for sure. I think even just since our Notre Dame game, we've grown a lot. Feels a lot more connected. I thought today we took care of the ball really well, which has been a struggle for us, or something that we need to focus on. So not too many turnovers tonight, so I think that's a sign of good things. But yeah, overall, I think the freshmen are getting more comfortable, and we're all just feeling more comfortable playing with each other. So super confident going into Connecticut.
Yeah, I think we're learning a lot about like where everyone wants the ball, like where everyone works best, their strengths and stuff. So I think that like we're just really becoming, like as you said, connected as a team. I think that's really going to help us out.
Coach, Connecticut lost to Notre Dame a few days ago. How important is it to see that game and kind of look at what you guys did wrong against Notre Dame and what they did wrong, so you go into the Connecticut game and come out with a big win?
Yeah, I mean, we always watch film. We're watching, every game, trying to look for tendencies and game plan things. And obviously, it's their one loss, so you're gonna look, hard and say, okay, was there some formula there that you're looking at, or was it just, different things? I think, the fact that we have a common opponent, it says more about Notre Dame than either of us, that Notre Dame's really showed up in those big moments. And for us, it's just a matter of, like we always do, we'll do a scout. Obviously, UConn poses more challenges than most teams as you're doing a scout, but we'll figure out what we want to try to accomplish, and the players will buy into that, and it's going to be a really, really tough test and a tough challenge, but we'll watch as much film as we can to get the players prepared, and I know our players are looking forward to being on that stage and having that opportunity.
Just a question for all of you. Have any of you experienced something like that in your basketball career where like a facility just has all its power shut down? I'm just curious if you've ever experienced anything like that.
I don't know that I've been at a game where that happened. I mean, coach long enough, and you have crazy things happen. One time I was at a tournament in Hawaii, and the opposing team got stuck on the elevator for an hour and a half, and we had to sit and wait until the game happened. Like, you never quite know, but I don't know that I've ever had a power outage right before the tip time. I don't think so.
And then last question, Ms. Ben. Coach, the team was able to give a couple of multiple shot clock violations. Talk about how you felt about today's defense, even with such a big lead throughout the game.
Yeah, we really talked before the game about, playing each possession to a level and with an intent that we want to play all the time. You can't turn that on for a UConn game, a Michigan game, a Nebraska game, and with 3 ranked opponents, in a row. So trying to do that no matter what the score is, and just playing to a level of excellence that we're capable of. So I do think there was a huge care factor on the defensive end today, and playing throughout the possession. That was very positive for us and something we can continue to build off of.
For Talia and Kayleigh, you guys both make plays that are, not necessarily stuff that shows up in the box score, but also you do like steals and offensive rebounds. How much pride do you guys take in those hustle plays that, make those small little differences in the game?
Yeah, I mean, every play is important to the game, no matter if it shows up on the stat sheet or not. So, I mean, we just try to work as hard as we can, both offensively and defensively. It doesn't really matter to us, like, if it shows up on the stat sheet, as long as we're helping our team win.
Yeah, and I think little plays like that, a run-out layup, just any easy buckets you can get, especially against great teams, that can be a momentum shift, especially against when it's hard to execute against great defenses. Getting as many opportunities like that as possible can be the difference in a game. So I think Heckel did a great job of that tonight. A lot of people did, so just priding ourselves on that and trying to create those as much as we can.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.